I farm corn, soybeans, peanuts, and some multiple small grains depending on pricing opportunities. USG, they've definitely got a niche market in the wheat, and they're doing well in the soybeans as well across the Mid-South, the Delta, the Southeast, the East Coast, etc. There's superior genetics out there. They've tapped into some of those superior genetics. As a company, they've been very thorough in their approach and their business model with me. Quality seed's a big deal. It starts with the quality seed, and then we need quality seed treatments on top of that. I feel like in all crops, in other words, if you want to make high yields, it starts with a good stand. We planted 74A74 the first year in 2014, and we were able to see that, number one, its standability was very good. And when it did stand, where some of the other ones were having problems, I said, you know what, this may be a hybrid we need to push. And stands to me is not only the number of plants that we see up, but how many of them come up simultaneously, and how many of them come up, uniformity. So that's a big deal, and that's what we look for. In our varieties, we're looking, obviously, something with vigor. We always try to put our best foot forward when we plant so that we got good seed to soil contact, good moisture, uniform depth so that we can have that. But a lot of that goes back to, the vigor that's within that seed. 74A74 stood well. We had good grain quality when we were able to harvest it, and we had a large bean to work with to help fill out potential. And boy, did it perform. We saw some 230, 240 bushel beans on the yield monitor, and we saw some 110 bushel beans in the same pass. We've now figured out what caused that. We know there's a lot greater potential out there that we need to capture, and our goal is going to be to duplicate it. Let's take 170 and see if we can make that yield or higher. Now let's see if we can get some of that top end potential that we saw on the yield monitors and the yield monitor data. And let's just see what we can do. Obviously we do variety plots to help, determine what's going to do best on our farm, but then we also use people within USG to help coach us. We don't want to reinvent the wheel. We trust their wisdom.